Before we dive into the unimaginable, make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. You won't want to miss any of our incredible what-if scenarios. The universe is full of surprises, and today we're asking a question that could change everything you thought you knew about our solar system. Imagine waking up one morning to a world that feels familiar but profoundly different. You walk to the window, expecting the comforting golden sunlight that bathes your city, your forests, your oceans every day. Instead, the light is strange, alien, and unsettling. Perhaps it is dim and red, like a sunset frozen in time. Perhaps it is blinding, blue, and burning your eyes. Or perhaps there is no light at all, just darkness stretching infinitely across the sky. The sun, our faithful star that has nurtured life for billions of years, is gone. And what replaces it will determine the fate of every living thing on Earth. Let's begin with a red dwarf, the universe's most common star. At first, the sky might seem almost peaceful. The sunlight we took for granted would fade into a deep red glow, turning midday into perpetual twilight. Shadows would stretch unnaturally long. The air would feel colder, the breeze sharper. Plants would start to wilt as photosynthesis slows. Rivers would begin icing at the edges, and animals would behave erratically, seeking warmth in unfamiliar shelters. Within weeks, the oceans would begin freezing from the surface downward. People would notice frost on windows even during the day, the familiar green of forests paling under the weak light. To survive, Earth would need to orbit much closer to the red dwarf, closer than Mercury. But this proximity would expose life to violent flares, bursts of radiation capable of stripping atmospheres and boiling oceans. Humanity, if it survived, would retreat underground, to caves, deep ocean trenches, or fortified bunkers, living in half-light, half-darkness, in a world of eternal red dusk where one side of the planet bakes and the other freezes. The sky itself would seem alien. Stars sharper and brighter against the dim glow, constellations more pronounced than ever before. Now imagine a blue giant, millions of times brighter than the sun. The moment it replaces our sun would be instantaneous apocalypse. The sky would blaze like molten sapphire, oceans vaporizing in a matter of hours. Cities, forests, deserts, everything would be scorched. Mountains would melt, rivers boil, and the atmosphere itself would be torn into pieces, drifting off into space. Blue giants are ephemeral. Their brilliance burns intensely but briefly. They live for mere millions of years, too short for life to evolve. Humanity would be obliterated in the first hours, leaving only molten rock and fire as testimony to the fleeting existence of Earth. The oceans, once shimmering blue, would vanish in clouds of superheated vapor, creating storms of boiling mist that stretch hundreds of kilometers into the sky. Perhaps the most unsettling replacement is a black hole. Our first instinct is terror, that we would be sucked into the abyss. Yet if the black hole's mass is the same as the sun, Earth's orbit would remain nearly unchanged. Gravity does not care about light or heat, only mass. But the consequences are equally deadly. Without the sun's warmth, the Earth becomes a frozen wasteland. Within days, temperatures plunge below freezing. Within weeks, oceans solidify. The sky becomes a void, endless and terrifying, stars glittering coldly. The oceans, now frozen, crack and groan under the pressure of expanding ice, and glaciers creep over continents that were once fertile and green. Humans, if they endure, must seek geothermal heat, volcanic vents, deep underground shelters, or artificial habitats powered by nuclear energy. Life retreats, invisible to the harsh emptiness above. The faint glow of the accretion disk around the black hole provides no comfort, beautiful, haunting, but lethal. Then consider a neutron star, a tiny sphere only 20 kilometers across yet heavier than the sun. Its gravity would warp space itself, stretching Earth and tearing oceans and continents apart. Imagine the ground pulling apart beneath your feet, oceans swirling like liquid metal, the sky pulsating with deadly X-rays and gamma rays. Animals and humans alike would be unable to survive the radiation, and the surface of the planet would be sterilized within moments. From afar, a neutron star glows as a tiny, captivating jewel, pulsing with energy. Up close, it is a cosmic executioner, beautiful but fatal. Cities crumble, forests ignite, oceans boil, and the world is left silent, lifeless, and glowing faintly under the eerie light of an alien star. Finally, the most terrifying possibility. The sun simply disappears. For 8 minutes, everything appears normal. Sunlight traveling from a place that no longer exists, a cruel trick of physics. Then darkness engulfs the planet. Earth, no longer held by gravity, drifts into the cold expanse of space. Temperatures drop drastically. Oceans freeze, wind ceases, and life on the surface is extinguished in days. Cities, once bustling with energy and life, stand frozen and silent. The atmosphere itself begins to collapse. Gases condense and fall as snow, leaving behind a world coated in ice and silence. Even the stars, brilliant and distant, offer no warmth. Humanity, if it survives, is reduced to small pockets clinging to geothermal or artificial heat sources. The blue planet becomes an ice ball adrift in an indifferent universe. In all these scenarios, one fact emerges. Our sun is not ordinary. It is not the largest, nor the brightest, nor the most exotic. But it is perfect. Its energy output, stability, and longevity, already 4.5 billion years, with another 5 billion to go, have allowed life to flourish, oceans to flow, seasons to change, and consciousness to awaken. The delicate balance of gravity, light, and heat has enabled Earth to become a cradle of life. Perhaps the greatest miracle is not in imagining what could replace the sun, but in realizing the treasure we already orbit. A star stable enough to give life a chance, long enough for evolution to sculpt oceans, mountains, cities, forests, and humanity itself. A star that allows us to dream, to wonder, and to gaze at the stars with curiosity. The universe is vast, strange, and indifferent. But here, on Earth, we orbit a star that gives us exactly what we need, and that is nothing short of miraculous. And before we end, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. If you enjoyed imagining these cosmic what-ifs, there's so much more waiting for you. Strange scenarios, mind-bending science, and adventures through the universe you've never imagined. Join us and let's explore the impossible together.